Welcome back to Fly Networks Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing Superman. But before we get into the review, let's go into the rating scale. It's a 10-point rating scale and it's broken up into 5 different categories. The first category is style. I'll be going over the overall look and feel of whatever I'm reviewing. The second category will be direction, and that's basically which direction they was trying to take whatever I'm reviewing, or if it's relative to what they was portraying or what have you. The third category is execution, and that's how they delivered it. If it was, sometimes you can get a pizza and you order it, it could look good, but when they brung it, it's all smashed and fucked up. That I know that's a well out there analogy, but you get what I'm trying to say. Fourth is value. Value, that's overall how much the whatever it is and was it worth whatever you paid for it. In this case, the movie that I'm reviewing. Fifth is experience, and my experience overall throughout the duration of whatever. I mean, well, not whatever, but the duration of Superman. So overall, those are the 5 categories. They should be up on the screen. And then, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into the review. So, first category is style. This is where I'll be going over the overall look and feel, and style of the whole movie in its entirety. So stylistically, Superman looked pretty good in my opinion. The actors that they had to portray the characters was pretty good, man. I like their portrayal of a lot of the folks. I don't know all actors' names, you know what I'm saying, but overall, the style and look of the movie felt pretty good. All the characters was aesthetically pleasing. The costumes was really good. The only gripe I have about like the stylistic look for me was the Superman outfit was kind of baggy looking at times. So that's like a minor gripe, but I do like the color of the Superman costume in its entirety on this iteration of Superman. So, in my opinion, I give stylistically, in my honest opinion, I give it like a 1. The next category is direction. So, going into this movie, you already know what you're getting. You're getting a Superman movie, right? Like it's only one direction to go. You can see Superman beating up bad guys or saving the world, right? And uh, you know, that's basically what it was. Superman beating up bad guys and saving the world. And I'm not going to spoil anything for the movies because some folks haven't seen the movie yet, but overall the direction was pretty good, man. I liked the direction they took the movie, and like I say, even it goes back to what I said about style. It wasn't like in a really like it was somewhat dark, but it wasn't like in a super dark and twisted world, you know what I'm saying. It was more like a upbeat direction, it had certain parts in the movie that I really wanted. I feel like the director James Gunn was trying to get across was that Superman was human, and you could see that throughout the whole movie. So if that was like, I don't know if it's anybody else's opinion, but in my eyes, that's what I got from it, was that he was trying to make it where Superman wasn't like just some alien. He's human, he's been here on Earth, he's human. And so I feel like the direction really was pointing more towards that, and I feel like they executed that. So for direction, I give it a 2. The next category is execution. So you know how did they execute Superman, right? Like, how did they, well, not execute like that, but like, how did they execute? How did they play out the actual movie itself? I don't mean like execute, you know what I mean? How did the movie play out? How did they uh execute the movie, right? And so overall, I think they did pretty well with the execution of Superman. I really like the direction James Gunn is taking the Superman, and from the previews and all that stuff, it almost felt like before I seen the movie, I thought it was gonna be too much going on. It's like this too much, and I've seen the previews that he fighting a big monster, and then he got all this stuff. But trust me, it all came together pretty well throughout the movie. I feel like they executed a lot of the fight scenes good, and the acting was really good in the movie. I don't feel like it was a spotty spot. I mean, a spotty part throughout the acting. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they executed it pretty well, man. And it just made me feel hopeful for the movies to come after this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they would have really initially launched like a Superman movie with this Superman, or this timeline, and then tried to build a Justice League movie around this, I would have felt like it would have held more bearing. The only other when I say executes too, I don't even want to forget about this, but also it was some continuity errors. So I do say execution was pretty good, it's still some flaws with that execution, because there's some stuff that was just like that just didn't make sense at times. You know what I'm saying? It didn't take away from the movie, but there were certain times where like Superman would get into a scrimmage or something, and then next thing you know, in the next shot, he all nice and clean, like he wasn't just dirty or something, like he just went through a car wash or something and cleaned off his suit. But continuity errors like that was kind of throughout the movie that I wasn't really a big fan of. So ultimately, for execution, I had to give this movie one. Now we on to value. So when I said value, it's like the overall, is this movie worth whatever you paid, or is it worth the spend the time on, or whatever, the value of the movie. So at clocked in at, like, I think it's 2 hours and 3 minutes. That's 2 hours. That's a long movie, right? Like, we in the day and age of every movie, if it's gonna be some type of storytelling, they can't do it in an hour and 30 minutes like back in the good old days, right? They gotta take 2 hours to tell a story. So overall, the just the value of it, was it worth the $12 I paid to go see the movie? Yeah, I believe so, man. I was sitting in the movie theater, and they did a good job at the pacing of the movie, where I never felt like I was sitting there for a whole 2 hours, right? Overall, the value is a two. In my opinion, I think the value is a two, because like I said, I never felt like it was like I was watching a movie. So we down to the last category, experience. My experience, or basically experience, is like the overall look and feel of the movie and how I felt. So my experience with this movie is that it's pretty good. Superman is good. Is it like mind blowing? No. Is it something that's gonna make you walk away, make it like a super big message out of it? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna feel like you want to save the world after this? No, but I did leave feeling hopeful for the future of Superman and the character Superman. When I first seen all the previews, I wasn't sure about the movie, but walking away from this, I felt good. Like, dang, man, I think Superman might be in good hands with James Gunn, and I would love to see what's going to happen next with the Superman franchise or character. So my full experience with this movie, I give it a 2 out of 10. Not 2 out of 10. Why am I saying 2 out of 10? I give it a 2 for my experience. Overall, Superman was a good movie, like I said, and the style, the look of it was good. The music was really well done. The scores were really well done. The only thing I really didn't like was all the it was like a lot of superhero shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, for lack of better term, like Superman doing like this and zooming in on the S on his chest. Okay, we get it. We watching a Superman movie, all right. We get it. It's Superman. But it was a lot of that. But overall, it was a pretty decent movie. So let's go ahead and get right to the rating, right? Like, which I came here for. So I give this movie an overall uh style and everything. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. I'm leaning more so towards a 8 overall. But no, it is what it is. It's a 7. It's a 7 out of 10. And overall, it's not like 7 doesn't mean it's a bad movie by any standards, but it's just another superhero movie. You're not walking away from this movie with some type of life lesson or anything like that. It's just Superman, right? And I don't feel like this is just like the best superhero movie to come out in ages. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good. And it was a strong showing. But it was a couple of things here and there that I wasn't a huge fan of throughout the movie. Or without giving away, I'm not going to dive super deep into it, because I feel like that give away a plot. But the movie was an overall 7 out of 10 in my opinion. If you've seen the movie already, let me know in the comments below how you feel. Am I tripping? Was it a 10? You know what I'm saying? Was it an 8, a 9? What you thought about the movie overall? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next video. God bless and peace.